Y'all knew I was gonna act a fool. I had to hit the C-Walk for Super Heavy Samurai. I had to hit the C-Walk for Cash Tira. I had to hit the C-Walk for Math Mech. In this case, I think it's safe to call it the D-Walk. Michael Bowden, back again, and I am your host, Destiny Hero Mike, and welcome back to the Time Ban List Reaction. Well, it's not so much a reaction, but so more of like, because we all know what it is. Ain't no way to not be spoiled by it. But we're gonna go over the list, and my afterthought. All right, so Forbidden, we got Cyberstein. That card was a problem. That card was pretty broken. It was like, you know, you just paid what, 5,000 to bring out the exterior on or whatever else. It was a broken card. It needed to be banned. It was a level 2. I mean, yeah, it could be tutored by what's his name, the gigantic sprite, but you're still locked anyway by the time you resolve that effect. But there was a way. I think there was another way to bring him out. So then look, Super Heavy Samurai Scarecrow. Now, sound off in the comments, because this is a heated debate in my Facebook chat. I have a personal Facebook page. A couple friends, big shout out to them. Yeah, they kind of on my head that Super Heavy Samurai. Now, I think Super Heavy Samurai is dead. That's what I believe. That's what I think. But they're insisting that this deck is not dead. I think it's dead. Competitively, I think it's dead. I don't think it's days of time, because I really believe that currently it was already kind of struggling, but it's not gonna consistently win at full power, and now they have to make different lines. But I'll get into that towards the end of the video. I'll get into more of my thoughts, but sound off in the comments if you think that Super Heavy Samurai is dead, because I think it is. I'm gonna get more into my thoughts on that later towards the middle or end of this video. Then you got the number 89 Diablosis, the Mind Hacker, banned, and rightfully so. I'm glad that guy's gone. So that changes the entire way that Cash Tira plays. It changes the entire way that everybody builds their deck. We don't have to play doubles anymore. That lock 5 zone is gone. We don't have to worry about that anymore. That feels good. So that deck is fundamentally changed. So then we got a point of the Red Lotus. That should have been banned too. Yeah, I don't blame it. Same with Branded Expulsion, because the deck it's corrected now. It's still at full power, and you can still play the Gimmick Puppet Lock, which is fine. Now it's corrected. Now they play that new dragon guy that can summon the new Albion that summoned the Gimmick Puppet to the opponent's side of the field, which makes things a little easier to deal with. Maybe, I don't know if they could chain block with it. I'm not sure if they can chain block with it, but maybe, excuse me, you can still Ghost Ogre or something like that, or use Droplet on it, because that's what I did in one of the games. He tried to Gimmick Puppet lock me, and I just hit Droplet. They cannot play around Droplet at all. There's no way they can play around Droplet. It's impossible for them to play around Droplet. So, and again, maybe you can still Ghost Bell the new fusion, so that's good. I think that's fair. That's a good cards that are banned. So then we're going on into the limited list. We have the Blaster Dragon of the Infernos. Now, people were making rumors saying that this card would get unbanned, and it's about time. I don't think it makes a difference at all whatsoever. Math Mech Circular. Math Mech, they got it pretty hard. I mean, they got a lot of search cards. They still have like Small World and whatnot, and what's that search card they have where they discard 1 to add a Cyverse from the deck to the hand. They discard 1 from the graveyard. I forget the name of it. It's a spell card searcher. They have that to get them, I guess, but it still ain't the same, man. That guy, that was the main guy, man. Like, and he's gone, so that hurts. That absolutely hurts. I don't know if it was warranted, but I guess it's still playable. Frame Gear Gamma gone. I'm so glad it's gone. That card is toxic. It's a toxic hand trap. Yeah, I will admit that the Dimension Shifter and Droll are toxic, but I think, well, with Dimension Shifter, you can only play that with a particular type of deck. So there's that. And then for the Droll, I really feel like it might be too early to call it. Well, we'll get to my thoughts later. So that's a big hit. That changes the game. This card being put down to 1, basically 0, because you gotta play the. Is it worth playing the Gamma? Is it worth playing the Driver just to possibly resolve a Gamma? Probably not. So I think that card is out of the game now. Denlong, Sword Soul players are gonna love that, or you Synchro Combo guys are gonna love that card. So that's good that it's limited. Cash Tira Rise Heart, he's put to 1 now. So Again, so we have the Diablosis banned. Now there's only really one line of play that they can go for, is the Arise Heart. And a lot of times they're not going to combo. They're not going to combo and run into the Nibiru, right? They're not going to go into the Shangri-La, right? And then get hit by Nibiru. Are they going to take that risk? Because now all you have to do is Book of Moon this guy. He's out of there. And there's only one of them. And if you're playing, or even an Imperm, and if you're playing, you know, I still think that the Santa Claus kaijus still might be relevant. So once you get rid of him, he's out of there. That's it. And I just don't know. I don't know if it's still playable, but I don't know if it's worth it. It could be an engine. I think he could still be good as an engine. I don't know if Cashtira can rock as a deck, but I do believe they could probably rock as an engine. You just throw it in, you know, and you can rock it as an engine, maybe. The Peerless Delicious Memory, that card got hit. Man, just, it hurts, but they can still play. I think they'll live to see another day in this format, so it's not completely over for them. They're not neutered. Not the way that not the way that the Super Heavy Samurai got. They got hit badly. If I, you know, I mean, people are pretending like it's not that bad, but that's opinions. Then you got Naturia Sacred Tree. Yeah, it's good that it got hit to 1. It hurt the consistency of that deck just a bit. So it is a strong deck. So yeah, it got hit to 1. So there's that. Semi-limited is Herald of the Orange Light. So that's back at the 2. Not bad. Maybe. I mean, it's still not going to be the same with the kit being banned and whatnot. So yeah, Cashtira Unicorn 2. There's another card I wanted to talk about. So now you have no Diablosis. You only have 1 Rise Heart, and you only have 2 Unicorns. If you ask me my opinion, the deck already had consistency problems at full power. It already had consistency problems. It would brick. Now this guy's at 2. It's gonna hurt even more, man. And I think over time people are gonna start realizing it. They're gonna start feeling it. They're gonna go to a different deck, in my opinion. And again, this is where Shifter comes in. You're gonna see less of Shifter because Shifter belongs in a deck such as this. And now because there's less of this deck, Cashtira, there may be less Shifter. So there's that. Lightning Stormer 2, that's kind of random. I don't understand it. I guess, I don't know. I guess they want, yeah, it's a total blowout card of a deck like Labyrinth. I guess they want Labyrinth to do good. I don't know what that's about. Runic Fountain to 2, I like it. Hits the consistency of that deck. As well as the Naturias. So if you're playing that variant, this got hit to some degree, and I think that's good. Engage, I mean, they're coming out with all kinds of new stuff. They have to bring that to 2. It was kind of like Heroes when they, you know, Hero Lives will put to 1 and all that kind of stuff. But they're coming out with all this different new support for Hero. It's a similar thing, right? When Hero Lives came to 3, came to 2, then 3. Same with Fusion Destiny. So that's good. I could see this card going to 3. This deck is in a league of its own. This deck is just the most resilient deck I've ever laid eyes on in all of Yu-Gi-Oh history. So yeah, this deck is crazy. And I just learned today that this deck won with Engage being banned. What does that tell you? That was some years ago. I don't know if that's relevant to today, but we'll see. Maybe it is because I think this deck, I think it hit top 2 at a YCS like a year ago or something like that. That's when Mystic Mind was in. So, I mean, Mystic Mind does carry this deck. Let's be real. It did carry this deck. So, but now since Mystic Mind is gone, I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see. Sprite Starter. So Starter at 2 feels it's not bad. I think wasn't it at 1 or something like that. So not bad. Sprite is, I think, a fair deck. You know, you don't have to worry about the, you know, you don't have to worry about Elf or the totally awesome combo as much anymore. So the deck is beatable. It's not like crazy. So I think it is fine at 2. So, and then you got the Unlimited, the Blackwing Steam Cloak. So Steam the Cloak. So Blackwing players rejoice. I don't know if this card was being abused. I'm not sure what it was being abused in. Same with Birdman. It's about time that card came back. Lotus, I don't even know what that card is. Quick Fix, this deck was ridiculous, but I think it's fine. Yeah, I think the thing is that he's not once returned. So I think it's fine. I'm not sure. I don't really play this deck. Well, I didn't really play this deck. Then you got the Starling, that's fine. Draco Face Off, people are happy about that. And the Sky Striker Mecha Melodious 2-3, which is, again, we got all this new Sky Striker support. That makes things much more consistent for this deck. And that new Link 2 that they're getting pretty soon. Yeah, I think that's just all really good. But I do want to give my just quick overview on how I think the meta is going to turn out following this. Now, like I said, I feel like I think Super Heavy Samurai is dead. You know, I've heard arguments saying that Super Heavy Samurai, their main one line is gone, but they have a lot more other power plays with the Super Heavy Samurai archetype itself, which I think that's healthy. If we're going into a direction where the super is just a pure Super Heavy Samurai line, that's dope. I think that's healthy. Is it good? Competitive? I don't know. I don't think it is, because it's not all that impressive. It's not all that crazy, if you ask me. But, you know, maybe they can still put up a crazy board using just Super Heavy Samurai stuff. Or if they don't want to take that route and they still want to toolbox out Baron de Fleur and the card like Appaloosa, well, now you're still going to have to find a way to easily and consistently get to Baron de Fleur by the 5th summon. If you can't do that by the 5th summon, I don't think this deck is that crazy. I really don't think this deck is that crazy. Like I said, that's what makes this deck powerful, is that here's the problem. You can't droll this deck until they have a monster on the field because of Gamma. Now Gamma's put to 1, essentially pretty much gone out of the game because it's put to 1. It's not worth playing because you have to play the driver to play, right? You have to play the Garnet driver in order to resolve that guy, right? Now it's at 1. So if you do a search, the first search that you do, you can't play cross out either because you can't play spells. The first search that you do, the deck is designed to search, by the way. That's all it does. All the deck does is search a bunch of cards. You jolt it after the first search, even though they don't have a monster on the field. You hit their actual first search. That's it. Deck is like, that's it. What do you make other than a Baguska, if you can make that? Because again, you don't have a Scarecrow. Scarecrow played around Droll. It was so good. You could still kind of somewhat make something under a Droll, even though, you know, now it's a lot harder to do that. You can't tell me that it is not, it's easy still. You cannot tell me that it's going to be crazy, because they said the same thing about Ishizu. Oh, we can rebuild with Shizu. Yeah, all the Ishizus are put to 1. Here's a problem. Your kid is banned. Now your Scarecrow is banned. You mean to tell me, what are you going to replace Scarecrow with? What's the line? See, the thing about Scarecrow is not a card that you search in your deck. It's a one guy that you link off. All you need is just one. All you need is just one super heavy samurai. That's it. And now he's gone. So what do? It's like more of a 2-card combo. It's way more inconsistent. So you're a lot more susceptible to Droll. And because of that, now it's by default, right? Now it's a two or more card combo now, right? So that means it's more susceptible to a card such as Ash. Ash has a higher impact now. I believe also Impermanence has a higher impact now. So what do you do with that? I don't know. We got to see. Only time will tell. But I think the deck is dead, and I think it's just going to be a matter of time that people start falling off on it. You got more stuff coming out. You got Vinker's Soul. You got Rescue Ace. You got Branded Fusion still at full power. You got Labyrinth still at full power. You got so many other better options than trying to struggle with this deck. This deck, I don't think this was the centerpiece of the deck, the Scarecrow. And now with it gone, and again, it's not a card that you just simply can search from the deck. You just link them off from the extra deck, and there he was. But now he's gone. What do you do? Unless you're going to go into a pure Super Heavy Samurai board. I read the Wakauchi. He locks you in a Super Heavy Samurai. I know that's cool, but it's not impressive. It's not Baron de Fleur plus Appaloosa. And maybe end up on a Spell Canceller. Yeah, I hate Spell Canceller. I have my own bias against that. But it's not going to be that crazy. I don't think so. Like, one Ash, you probably want to end on maybe 1 or 2 monsters or something. I don't know. I don't think it's that good. Man, I really don't believe the deck is that good anymore. They're going to start seeing, man, I just play something better, man. I just play something that's at full power. Why put up with this? So that deck, I think, is neutered. I don't care what I do care, because I want to hear what you guys say in the comments. But, you know, I got some friends that are kind of tight about it, about my statement. It's a bold statement, but, I mean, dang, you know, if they ban my Hero Lives or something like that, or if they ban my Cross Crusader or something like that, Heroes ain't the same. I don't care what nobody says. And they got their Scarecrow banned. And you know, that was one of the few cards that would play around a card such as Droll. And now that's gone. And then the Kashtira Rise Heart, you know, and the you know, the Kashtira deck. That deck, I think, will slowly start to fall off as it's not, you know, I think it's going to turn into an engine. I think people are going to start mixing. They're going to find a way to mix a Rise Heart into other decks. They're going to make the deck into an engine. Because they're already doing it with the Fenrir. So they're going to find a way, okay, if I am going to play a Rise Heart, I'm going to use it to shut down other decks as a walking macro. And then it'll just kind of be mixing with other decks. That's what I predict. I've seen it before already. I've seen it mixing with punks and stuff like that. So that's a possibility. It could mix into other engines. But I don't think it's going to... It could still stand on its own because it's just missing one card out of the main deck. It could still, but I think it's... I don't know. I feel like it's going to be outpaced simply because it already had consistency issues. And now they're going to be facing even more consistency issues. Their main boss monster, who's at 1, is so easy to out these days. So... we'll see. Time will tell. And that's just pretty much how I felt about that. And then, you know, Sky Striker, I feel like it's going to do pretty... Oh, and Math Mech. Might be less Math Mech, but they can do still a lot of searching. They can still do a lot of tutoring. They're not completely dead because it's not like... At least Circular didn't get banned. So they still have a chance to do something. You know, they still have a chance to do a setup. Though it might be a bit more challenging and consistency-wise. But I think this drives the... value of something like a Pot of Prosperity up even higher, so you can go find your Circular or even your Unicorn who's at 2. So something like that. But hey man, that's up for Heroes. Heroes are gonna go crazy. We're at full power and we're gonna hurt a lot of people. Spell Canceller, down with you. Hopefully this really kills the whole entire Spell Canceller line just by that card being banned. And if it doesn't, well deserved. If it doesn't kill the Spell Canceller line, great, well deserved. You guys found another way, good for you. But I still don't think it's going to be that consistently good. So those are my thoughts. Before you guys go, don't forget to check out DTimeExclusives.com because, man, this stuff is flying off the shelf. These awesome playmats and field centers, they're almost like, we're about halfway gone. We're about halfway gone. So to those of you who purchased, I'm not lying. I'm not trying to do fake FOMO. A lot of you guys did make purchases. A lot of you guys could even vouch in the comments. This stuff is flying off the shelves. A lot of you guys have made comments saying that you guys bought this stuff, and it shows in the numbers don't lie. So get this stuff while you can. It's flying off the shelves. The deck box is on its way really soon. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I love you guys. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one.